Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy, guys. I want you all to go straight to the comment section below and put a W. And don't not do it because you're upset because your favorite player didn't make the All-Star team. Do it because the two guys that are listed that are now All-Star injury replacements are very well deserving of it. Once again, I gotta emphasize, man, there is more All-Star caliber players and there are All-Star caliber, or there are All-Star roster spots. So the two guys listed right here should not get hate, man. Just want to put full emphasis on that. It's okay to be disappointed, but still also recognize the greatness in front of you, right, man? So, according to Shams, Hornets guard Lamelo Ball and San Antonio Spurs guard Dejounte Murray have been named replacements for Kevin Durant and Draymond Green in the NBA All-Star game. Game. Yes, it does say game there, man. The NBA All-Star game. So, I will say, my first initial thought, and the reason my thought was this is because I clicked on the tweet here and I scrolled down a little bit, and I do think that Joe here brought up a good point, saying what is the point of the position requirement if guards are replacing forwards, which is a good point because, Kevin Durant is a starting, small forward, power forward, so therefore you would think a forward would replace him, but I guess how that's going to be resolved is that in a way it kind of shifts things where the next forward that is worthy of starting is going to be shifted into the lineup there, and that by default shifts everything else, making it another like X wild card type of selection, I suppose. That's the only way I really can think of it, but even that just kind of confused me a little bit here, man. But no, nonetheless, LaMelo Ball, Dejounte Murray, both these kids, man, future of the NBA type of players. LaMelo Ball, obviously, okay, let's pull up the stats. We'll do it this one, man. Let's pull up the stats, see what these dudes are all about, man. LaMelo Ball of the Charlotte Hornets. I'm just gonna say this dude is prime time. Like I want to watch LaMelo Ball in the NBA All-Star game. Like just from a fun standpoint, it's amazing. So yes, 20 years of age on the NBA season, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. But most importantly to me is that between him and Miles Bridges, the Charlotte Hornets are a respectful NBA franchise, man. Like it's a team where it's like, damn, like these guys are making a difference on the court and it's leading to, W's in certain circumstances, and there had to be some sort of representation, man. I would have been happy with either LaMelo Ball or Miles Bridges. Maybe from a positional standpoint, you would say that Miles Bridges made more sense just because he is also a forward like Kevin Durant, so I totally get that argument right there, man. But no, like LaMelo Ball, those are all-star caliber numbers. 20 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds per game. Efficiency, 36% from 3, 43% overall field goal percentage. Like, that's pretty damn good, right? And then looking over at Dejounte Murray of the San Antonio Spurs, I love this so much, man, because this really is just kind of like paying respect towards a stud of a player that is putting on a show for a team that sure isn't the greatest in the NBA, but that doesn't take away from what Dejounte Murray's doing, right, man? There's plenty of circumstances where great play on bad teams is being rewarded in the All-Star game. I think the prime example is Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks. Like, Trae Young is a great point guard, All-Star caliber, starting in the All-Star game, but his team's not the greatest. Doesn't take away from what Trae Young's doing. Same case in the Dejounte Murray, man. So, on the season, yo, man, look at these numbers, bro. 20 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 2 steals per game. Shooting, pretty damn efficient, man. About 46% field goal efficiency. 3-point shot is all right. Not really known as a sharpshooter, man. But, yeah, I would say, like, even combined with the defense, I know maybe this might come off as hate, but dare I say, like, a better version of, like, a De'Aaron Fox. Like, I know NBA fans, we all love De'Aaron Fox, and we pay respect towards him, but, like, what Dejounte Murray's doing, man, like, to me, it's kind of that realm of territory where it's just, like, great point guard on a smallish market team that is finally getting some recognition. I mean, the same example as DeMar DeRozan last year in the past few years on the Spurs. He was a beast on the Spurs. Nobody really cared. Now he's on the Bulls doing great. This time that, stigma of being on the Spurs and stuff like that, that's not being held against Dejounte Murray as he's on a rebuilding team, right, man? So I love it. Now, also what I did, though, because I thought it was kind of an interesting conversation, is I did ask, before I started the video, who got snubbed from the snubs list? And I definitely wanted to see some answers right here, so we're going to go through a few of these real quick here, man. So here we have, if you're not doing positions, why do it in the first place? Yeah, I totally get that argument. We got Kings fans saying, I'll take Jarrett Allen over LaMelo any day, which obviously brings up that conversation if it's not a positionless thing. Was there somebody that deserved it more over LaMelo Ball, which is why I kind of want to discuss these snubs real quick here, man. Now, it's going to be a weird comparison because, like, it literally is looking at, let me make this a little bit bigger here. That's what she said, I think. Yeah, she can say that. She can't say it, but she did. Oh, there we go. But no, man. this is where it gets kind of weird, where you start looking at like wild card type of selections, because like how Lamelo Ball is going to look next to Jared Allen, like stat wise, it's just going to be all over the place. But still, nonetheless, we'll take a look here. So scoring wise, both great, decent scorers, I should say, from NBA standards. You typically expect more scoring out of a point guard, I would say, than you do a center. So I think that scoring being close does show how good Jared Allen really is. Assists, obviously going to be for point guard. Rebounds, obviously going to be for the center. Efficiency wise, Jared Allen, man, 66%. Now, obviously, he plays on the inside where LaMelo Ball is the main ball handler, initiating the offense and type of stuff too here, man. I will say, Jared Allen, I think, also deserves to be an all-star this season. I would say more so over Chris Middleton. I think LaMelo Ball should have been an all-star this season before injury replacement. Like, I just think the Hornets deserve to have one player representing over the case of the Cavaliers having two players. And I think that's a fair statement to say. Pulling up some more here quick here, man. I know there's going to be another guy that I really want to talk about. Here we go. We got T.O. right here, man, jumping out a few things. Jared Allen. He also says Jaylen Brown. I think Jaylen Brown is another good example here, man, of somebody that I really want to bring up. And this is where it gets kind of confusing, and I understand the people being upset in this case. Jaylen Brown on the season, 24 points, scoring a little bit better than Jared Allen. I'm sorry, LaMelo Ball. Rebounds about the same. Assists, I would say 3 assists for what Jaylen Brown is. It's pretty good. Efficiency-wise, Jaylen Brown is a bit better. But then the argument here, it's like, okay, I think like Trae Young. Okay, let me think about it from this standpoint here, man. Trae Young. I'm going to get my point across, and maybe I already did. Trae Young's numbers compared to LaMelo Ball, I think, are definitely worthy of starting in the All-Star game. And that's despite being on a bad team. I think that this is going to work. Jaylen Brown. Where are we at, Jaylen? Come on, where are we at, Jaylen? There we go, man. I think that Jaylen Brown and LaMelo's numbers are close enough where it's like, yeah, you can make some difference on who the better player is. But then it comes to the point where it's like the Charlotte Hornets are a better team than the Celtics. So therefore, they should have representation in the All-Star game over the Celtics, who already have Jason Tatum representing, by the way, here, man. So it's a case, I think the Hornets deserve one guy over the Celtics, who have underperformed this season, having two. With the exception of Tatum or Trae Young putting up such great numbers that you don't really put team record into context. We are a confusing sports. Because the same story narrative things also drive the MVP award in so many other aspects of the game. Yet when it comes down to talking about the Hall of Fame, despite it being so story-driven, have that be MVP or even NBA All-Star selection, it's a big indicator if a guy makes the Hall of Fame or not, man. It's so confusing. We're such a confusing. That's really any sport in general, man. So, yeah, we got Jared Allen, no contest. We got Mikal Bridges. So that's more so looking at the West, which we haven't really looked too much on here, man. Why did they replace Durant and Green with two guards? Yeah, we kind of talked about that, Jared Allen. So it seems, okay, here we got Brandon Ingram. Okay, that might be a pretty solid comparison to have to Dejounte Murray, because it seems like more people have issue with the Eastern replacement as opposed to the Western replacement. I don't think anybody's really denying how great Dejounte Murray is, nor should they about LaMelo Ball. But yeah, let's look at Ingram compared to Dejounte Murray, and yeah, off surface line comparison, Dejounte Murray's having a better season. Scoring roughly the same. Assists, rebounds, what Dejounte does defensively, I think goes unnoticed a lot, but is a huge factor within his game. So, yeah, man. That's all we have for this video. What y'all think here, man? Are you happy with the replacements? I know I probably sounded very confusing, and that's just because I feel like how we view things is very confusing, and there's no straight rule book of how we vote for All-Stars. So, yeah, that's how I kind of dissected this. What do you guys all think? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching. Also, main channel Crispy Flakes, I did a video about James Harden for Ben Simmons and Seth Curry. Go check that out. Pretty interesting takes over there. That's all we got, guys. Peace out, man.